The Washington Children's Choice Picture Book Award 2025 nominees.
I can't wait to share the nominations for the 2025 Washington Children's Choice Picture Book Award. Well, yes, but before we do, let's give a little cheer for last year's winner. Oh, yes, last year's winner was Hamsters Make Terrible Roommates, a great choice. But now, on to the titles for this year. Oh, yeah, look at this great big stack of books. I love it when we get to share.
Agatha May and the Anglerfish. Written by Nora Morrison and Jessie Ann Foley. Illustrated by Mika Song. When Agatha May, a daydream-prone student, is allowed to research her favorite creature, the anglerfish, she dazzles her classmates and teachers with her report. Bitsy Bat, School Star. Written and illustrated by Kaz Widnes. The only bat at her new school, Bitsy doesn't feel like she fits in. But after some encouragement, Bitsy learns that everyone shines differently.
Ooh, two school stories to start off the list. I wonder which will be everyone's favorite. I don't know. That looks like a hard choice.
Flat Cat, written by Tara Lazar, illustrated by Pete Oswald. Flat Cat likes being flat, roaming anywhere and happy to be unseen. Until one day, when he becomes fluffy, and he learns to enjoy the attention that it brings, and he grows to love being seen. Friends Beyond Measure, written and illustrated by Lalina Fisher. Anna and Harwin's friendship has been well charted and graphed since day one. But when Harlan learns that her family's going to move far away, the two aren't sure how their friendship will survive. Gertie, the Darling Duck of World War II, written by Sherry Swanson, illustrated by Renee Grafe. In 1945, during World War II, a soon-to-be mama duck builds a nest in a risky spot in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Soon, news outlets around the world are sharing the hopeful story of the plucky duck. The Girl Who Heard the Music. How one pianist and 85,000 bottles and cans brought new hope to an island. Written by Marnie Fogelson. Illustrated by Marta Alvarez Miguens. This is the true story of award-winning pianist and environmental activist Mahani Teeve and the beloved island she is helping to save. How do you spell unfair? Magnolia Cox and the National Spelling Bee. Written by Carol Boston Weatherford, illustrated by Frank Morrison. This is a true story of determination and groundbreaking achievement. We follow 8th grade African American spelling champion Magnolia Cox, who traveled from Ohio in 1936 to compete in the National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C., only to be met with prejudice and discrimination. I Don't Care, written by Julie Fogliano and illustrated by Molly Idle and Juana Martinez Neal. Two friends share their delight in the little things that set them apart and the big things that bring them together. The King Penguin, written and illustrated by Vanessa Roeder. King Penguin Percival just wants subjects who will listen to him and let him make the rules. But he isn't finding it with the other penguins or sea creatures. Maybe it's actually he who needs to listen first. Not a Monster, written by Claudia Guadalupe Martinez, illustrated by Laura Gonzalez. Not a Monster explores the traits of the axolotl. It includes the Aztec origin myth about the species and how pollution is affecting its natural habitat, the canals of Mexico City. Out of a Jar, written and illustrated by Deborah Marchero. Llewellyn, a little rabbit overcome by his emotions, hides away his feelings in glass jars, until one day He discovers that life is more colorful when he sets his emotions free. Paula's Patches, written by Gabriela Aldeman, illustrated by Rocio Arolo. Embarrassed about a new hole in her pants, creative and resourceful Paula covers it with a patch and comes to realize that her classmates also have leaky, stained, hand me down items that could benefit from a colorful patch too. Ramen for Everyone, written by Patricia Tanumiharja, illustrated by Shiho Pate. A young boy aspires to make a bowl of ramen as delicious as his dad's. And he runs into some surprises, both delightful and disastrous, on his first attempt. The Red Jacket, written and illustrated by Bob Holt. Bob loves his red jacket. The red jacket makes him feel cool. In it, other seagulls notice him and talk to him. But when a wave washes it away, Bob is worried that he will lose his confidence and his new friends. Remember, written by Joy Harjo, illustrated by Michaela Goad. Remember encourages readers to pause and reflect on the wonders of the world around them and to remember the importance of their place in it. Something Someday, written by Amanda Gorman, illustrated by Christian Robinson. Sometimes the world feels broken and problems seem too big to fix. But we all have power to make a difference. With a little faith and maybe the help of a friend, together we can find beauty and create change.
Oh, two poem books in a row. Poetry speaks to my heart. I just love it.
Spanish is the language of my family, written by Michael Genhardt, illustrated by John Parra. A boy works with his abuela to study for the Spanish language spelling bee at his school. His win is a victory for him, for his culture, and his abuela, who is forbidden from speaking Spanish as a child at school. Stranded, a mostly true story from Iceland, written by Eivør Thor Benediktsson, illustrated by Ann Wilson. When a new volcanic island, Surtsey, emerged from the sea near Iceland, the author's grandfather and a friend went to visit it and were stranded. The adventurers faced epic challenges like molten lava, melted eyeglasses, and scant supplies before finally getting rescued.
I love that there are so many nonfiction choices to choose from this year. Yeah, there are biographies and history books and adventure books and animal books. I love learning about real stuff. Me too.
This is Not My Story, written by Ryan Utelowigan, illustrated by David Hayek. This offers a behind the scenes look at the creative process as the hero of the book embarks on a genre bending journey to find the right story with the help of the author. We Are Going to Be Pals, written and illustrated by Mark Teague. A talkative cattle egret explains to a rhinoceros that they have a symbiotic relationship, but they also have a friendship built on communication, kindness, and a respect for boundaries.
Funny animal stories are great. But do you think I might like them because I'm an animal? No, because I like the people stories too. I think they're just good books. Yeah, I think you're right. There are lots of good books this year. It's going to be a hard choice. Well, that's all the titles. We made it through this whole stack. Huh, I think it'll be hard to choose a favorite because there are so many great books. We hope you like them all. And remember, even if your favorite doesn't win, you found a great book to love. Oh, and this movie was made by Paula Whitman and the Library Mice using WeVideo. We hoped you liked it. See you next year. Bye.